is like a living organism, you know, that throughout a tune it's breathing, it's growing. It's just incredible to be a part of that experience with so many different musicians at the same time. It's really not something that you can experience in a trio setting.
Really high level of playing, you know, everyone's, it's really precise, you know, like I remember seeing the band for the first time. I remember I saw them at the Addison Jazz Festival, and I was probably 13 or 14. I remember just like sitting maybe like second or third row, like middle, and then whatever they opened with just like blowing me away.
Out of 9 lab bands, 1 through 9 o'clock, you know, the 1 o'clock I guess would be considered the most competitive. Everyone's gunning for the 1 o'clock spot.
It's between you and the music stand. It's not really about you and anybody else. The people, for example, that were, you know, that I was even in competition with for like, you know, this spot, you know, it's not like people I don't know, you know, it's definitely, they're like friends of mine and people that I know, to where it's like, okay, well, we're all gonna go in there and play super well and we'll see what happens.
It hasn't changed. It still is doing what it was meant to do. It's been very consistent. And the people, the students, the quality has just been, that's been eye-opening for me.
I got to stand in front of those great students and hear that every day, and work with them and get a chance to write for them. It seems like a really great thing.
It's a very competitive band and a very high profile band. So it's an honor to be playing in the 1 o'clock, an absolute honor.
You know, there's much talk about the friendly competition that happens here at North Texas. It's friendly, but it's serious, you know. It's gunslinger time here, you know, and people find out quickly how they stack up in the real world of music.
You know, everybody was there to help you. There were no attitudes, but I really had no clue of what it, you know, the competition level that was out there. So I go and I apply, you know, I auditioned for a lab band. I didn't even make anything. I made a reading band, which, you know, that basically lets you know where you stand. So that was a very humbling experience for me, but it was great because it let me know what I needed to do. Every day I would go check out the 1 o'clock. I would sit in their rehearsals, and then I'd go and practice.
You know, you spent a good 4 or 5 hours, you know, practicing every day. Not only the fundamentals that you had to do, the tunes that you were doing in small group, the tunes that you were doing in the big band. So you didn't want to be the weak link in the group. That would be the worst thing. It's the greatest thing in the world to be the worst player in the group, because you learn faster. You know, so that's one of the reasons why you spend so much time, you know, trying to become a better player.
The competition in terms of the lab band auditions lies heavily on the first round, which is sight reading. So I think that is, like I said, a very healthy kind of competition, because reading music is so important. I wouldn't say that it's cutthroat. It's friendly, and you know, since there's auditions every semester, you know that your spot isn't locked in. Someone, a couple bands below you can come and have an exact swap, you know, or you could be out.
Every day is an audition. Once you're in the 1 o'clock, the spotlight's a little different, and the expectations are that you have a tradition that goes all the way back to 1946 of astounding, high-level, jaw-dropping musicality.
Everybody reads at a very high level and you're expected to do it right away. So I just kind of fell into line, okay, I'm not supposed to make any mistakes. I'm not going to. Although the music is a little bit more challenging sometimes here, I'm so happy to be in the band and be challenged in new ways. I wasn't expecting to be in the band, honestly. You know, I actually had a dream the night before that I was playing second in the 2 o'clock. And before I got here, I was like, all right, 4 o'clock lab band, here I come. So I'm really happy to be playing in the 1 o'clock.
Greatest number of women that have been in this band this year. I think the guys are glad we're here. They're like, yes, finally. Okay, I'll stop laughing.
Just a lip slur kind of thing. Yeah, yeah.
Just really knows his stuff and knows how to get points across, and just has such an incredible ear for sculpting and molding a big band into something incredible.
Yeah, it's intense. I mean, you got to really got to focus. Got to work on your stuff, work on your music, and he demands a high level of musicality.
A little unsteady with the time. I think what a rhythm section is doing a couple of new things, but they were right on it. It was right on it. So let's listen closely. The rhythm section, don't rely on the rhythm section to take you through things, but listen closely because they were on it.
When I was very young and I was in high school, I had a great mentor, Cecil Lewis, Mr. Lewis. He was a saxophone player that was in the service, and he would come to my school and kind of help us out. He wasn't getting paid, he would just come. But he told me one time, he said, you're in the lead alto spot, you're in the hot seat. You have to be ready to take care of business. So I felt that when I was in the 1 o'clock, that, okay, I'm in the hot seat now. And even though I practiced to get here, I need to continue to practice. I even need to practice harder because the expectations of me are a bit higher now. I was happy that I was there, but I knew that, okay, now that I'm here, I have to go on.
Maybe we'll finally get a Grammy sometime. Probably, we're holding our breath, but, it should happen as far as excellence.